And welcome back to a special inside look at the feel-good movie of the summer, Nothing is American. Right now we have director Hudson Malone to talk about the vision behind the film and the original idea.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's cool with the labels. I'm not a director. I'm the visionary engineer. We didn't have one sole director in this piece. It was more of a creative outpour from our collective of auteurs, if you will. But the idea was mine. We wanted to make something different, something the corporations wouldn't dare cross, something not big Hollywood.
So, to be different, we realized we needed to see what everyone was conforming to. Then it hit me. Book movies. Harry Potter, The Great Gatsby, Cars 2, Webster's Dictionary. All these movies based off books, so... How are we going to create a work of art if adapting from literature was too cliché?
Then it hit us. Poems, the unfilmed realm, the unscattered territory. No one had really adapted a film based on a poem, so we damn sure want to be the first ones to do it. There's only one problem.
No poems were good enough.
Silverstein, Wordsworth, Platt, Coleridge, Morrison. All these poets were great poets, if you will, of their time, but their vision just it didn't quite go with ours, you know?
It just doesn't make any sense. How are we going to make the whole film rhyme if this piece is supposed to be a silent film?
Maybe if we just keep it like...
No. If we keep it like this, it'll only be 2 minutes long. It just won't work.
It's not that the poems were bad or unfilmable. I mean, we could film anything. It's just that they didn't really mesh with what we had in mind. They weren't something we felt could breathe life into. So we decided to write one ourselves. We just kind of dove right into the choppy shores of lake poetry. You know what I mean?
No. It's just not right. Wait a minute. Eureka! By the beard of Marx! I got it.
And there she stood. My creation. My chef d'oeuvre. My piece de master. Nothing is American.
So this movie has been getting a lot of buzz amongst environmentalists. Why?
Well, as you may have heard, it's actually 100% organic. Yeah. We shot the entirety of the piece on a green screen.
Wait, how does that relate exactly?
Well, you see,
I don't think you understand. Our green screen is literally a green screen. It's made out of 100% recycled water bottles.
Yeah.
So it's not actually green per se. It's more of a clear hue. But I think you get the point.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Other than that, what other challenges did you face when filming the movie?
Well, actually, the filming itself was pretty easy, since the footage was much shorter than the credits. Namely, the credits themselves were long. Tell me, are you familiar with an infinity scarf?
Yes, I'm familiar.
We're talking infinity scarf long. Much longer than the actual movie.
Wait, so what was the thought process behind this?
Yeah.
Well, we wanted to show that it's about the process, not about the finished product. It's about the ingredients, not the finished vegan eggplant couscous. The concept's like very ahead of its time. It's very Kafka-esque, if you will.
So you guys knew from the start you guys wanted to be experimental.
well, no. We don't want to be experimental, okay, man. We want to be experiential. All right.
Yeah.
We're not out here trying to make something different for the sake of for being different. You know, we want to shock and awe the audiences. You know, we really wanted to take the basic film writing concept and you just flip it on its head, completely turn it upside down.
So how did you accomplish this?
No, I don't think you understand. We actually took the camera and flipped it upside down. Yeah.
Karen, how could you do this to me?
Cut. More emphasis. Hey, get him some water.
And here we are, on the set of Nothing is American, interviewing one of our stars, Williamsburg.
Is this shit gluten free?
Nah, dude, you have to drink that. You have to drink that, all right?
Oh,
We need
no.
more water bottles. You got to keep drinking that.
No.
So, Mr. Berg, what would you say is your role in this movie?
Well, I'm the cameraman, the non-cameraman.
And what does that add to the plot exactly?
I'm not the cameraman.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
What does that mean exactly?
Does it matter? We know who we are, but not who we're not. Think about that.
So, tell me a little bit about some themes in this movie. What's the message?
Well, it's kind of a coming of age film about unrequited love, loss of innocence, and the folly of man. But what we really wanted to provide commentary on was the objectification of women.
And how did you manage to provide commentary in so many different issues?
It was simple. Use clay as our medium.
So obviously, we wanted our male characters to be played by male actors, but for our female characters, we thought it would be better that they were portrayed by claymation females. Come look and see.
Karen, how could you do this to me, Karen? Each real vibing cardigan, scaredigan.
See the contrast. The females being played by claymation and the males being played by humans shows how we just tend to objectify women in society. This idea it has never been done before. It's very avant-garde. Scratch that. It's avant-garde.
Kafka-esque, bro. Kafka-esque indeed.
Hey, I'm having a little trouble with this language speaking. Can you help me out? It's not as easy as microbrewer.
William, how do you expect us to appeal to an educated demographic if we don't have at least 5 languages in each scene?
Sorry, man. I don't
All right, just read that. We don't have that.
So, from what we saw on the set, it looks like you're appealing to a certain audience. Is that right?
Yes, very astute observation, sir. But the way we see it is that we are the audience. You all are the filmmakers. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Now that you've seen an inside look on the writing and development of the script, we now bring you a special behind-the-scenes interview with camera woman Hazel Romaine on the film's game-changing cinematography.
We wanted the film to have a slightly earthy feel to it, something very natural. First of all, we use only natural lighting to light the entire piece.
Isn't natural lighting just sunlight?
Well, as you know, the film was in black and white and red, which was really used a lot of layering.
Whoa, hold on. My bad. Excuse me for a second. Yeah, as she was saying, so sorry if I interrupted an interview. Yeah, we chose to make this movie black and white and red because we thought using primary colors would evoke primal instincts. Do you understand what I'm saying here? Did I interrupt something?
Okay, well, as I was saying
I'm sorry.
earlier, another Herculean task was we filmed the whole thing using a Polaroid camera. Really
Whoa,
symbolizes.
excuse me. Yeah, sorry, sir. Anyways, yeah, we really had a real Herculean task in actually having to film the whole thing with Polaroids so that we
Yeah,
can
okay,
give...
so I was saying that. Thank you, Mr. Director.
Yeah, sorry. What? You said direct? Woo! I'm not a director. We went through this. Yeah, creative engineers, not...
So here's where we did the scoring for the piece. We really wanted to have a narrative type scoring, and it's very Kafka-esque, you know. But as you may have heard, it's recorded at 50,000 hertz, and maybe not. It's a frequency inaudible to the human ear.
But don't worry, because this is why we say that the movie must be accompanied by a dog, because these high frequencies that only dogs can hear, it'll make the dogs bark. That becomes the soundtrack. The soundtrack becomes the dogs barking. This way, it's different to every individual watcher. It's a different experience for every viewer. The idea, it's pseudo-meta, if you will. Will you? You will.
We actually recorded all the sound effects ourselves too. Like for example, instead of a pot falling on the ground, we actually recorded that with our own voices. Onomatopoeia is a frequently underused medium, and we really wanted to capitalize on that, so we took advantage of it.
Swoosh, swish, clang, clang, clang.
Pow, pow.
One main concern with the score being only audible to dogs is that it may be harmful to them. Have you ever considered this?
Yes, and we just want to make it really clear that no dogs were hurt in the production of this film.
Yeah. But like so many other animals, like tons of animals were harmed.
Wait, I'm sorry. What? How can that be?
Yeah, no, there's this Polak actually who just cannot seem to get into character unless he gets to whip this chimpanzee
Alexa?
for hours.
Alexa's a good girl.
That's very unethical. Why would you ever let him do that? What do you mean you can't get into character?
Well, we hear nothing like to think that being an artiste is about the finished product, not at all about the process. So we just kind of let him keep on going and just sweep it under the chimp bloodstained rug.
Wait a minute. Didn't you say earlier it's about the ingredients, not the finished product?
Okay, alright.
What?
Okay, alright. What's your name, buddy?
Gary.
Alright, Terry, listen. So you've been to film school?
No.
Huh? No? Alright, so go to film school, okay? Drop out, move into your parents' basement, go into crippling debt, and then, when you've accomplished that, yeah, and then come back, and then you can tell me how to run my movie. Okay? Fucking I'm sure you forgot to do this guy.
And now, a sneak preview of the film, Nothing is American.
How about those clouds?
Nathaniel, I think I've realized something.
What?
We're so awkward.
Me too.
Why don't we ask Karen?
Nathaniel, you know what I figured out?
What?
We are so awkward.
We are.
We're almost as naked as Karen and Blue. Karen, what do you think? Amazing.
Wow, bravo. So, encore. Encore, my man.
Fantastic.
We did it.
We did it again.
Very powerful piece. So I was somewhat confused about the 10 minutes of black right there. What was that supposed to mean?
Well, what does every movie have? A climax. But is that really what's the most important thing? Or is it what leads to there? That's why we decided to have our climax be an anticlimax. The 10 minutes of black, that is our climax. That is the movie. Okay?
Yep. Very well said. Well spoken, man.
Thank you so much for your time. Before we finish the special, we'd like to ask you a few last questions. What artist would you say you most relate to?
Well, I guess I consider myself the next Jean-Jacques Lemaire.
I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with him.
Oh yeah, it's probably because he's not famous yet. You'll probably be hearing about him 40 years from now. Actually, I think I have a picture of him right now. There she is. My muse, my flame, my inspiration, Jean-Jacques Lemaire.
Has anyone seen the picture of my daughter?
I'm sorry?
Alright, I got one final question for you. What work of art would you say this most resembles?
Okay, imagine this. Imagine Woody Allen directing a sci-fi noir version of Baby Einstein. Take that, flip it upside down.